Hi, I promised to record you a video of my screen, and the technical trading aspects of trading. We've talked about psychology, we've talked about money management, we've talked about the trading lifestyle, and I want to now talk about the technical aspects of trading. And I have a system called the G7 system, which I've successfully traded at a bank, and that's what my whole trading system's based on. But I'll talk about that later. What I have here is a single screen, and all my analysis is conducted from this screen. And what I have is I have 3 weekly charts at the bottom, I have 3 hourly charts at the top, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I use the weekly charts to determine the direction for the week that we're trading in, and I use the hourly charts to give me an entry for the trade, to give me the entry signal, really. So I'm going to open this one up. This is the Euro US dollar. I just call it the Euro, and I'm just going to open that up. And I use a variety of techniques, and what I'm looking for in my trading here is I'm looking for a signal to enter the market at a particular price, and what I use is the Papa principle. Now, if you buy the G7 Forex book, you'll have read about the Papa principle, but what it basically stands for is price action and probability. So I'm looking for areas on my chart where there's a high probability of the price going to reverse and go in the direction of the weekly trend, which I've already determined. Now, the weekly trend I determine at the beginning of each week, and unless something dramatic happens, unless there's a certain trigger, that weekly trend direction remains the same for the entire week. So I know exactly which direction I want to be trading in. And then on the hour chart, as I said, I look for the specific entry signals, and I use various techniques. I've got Bollinger Bands, I've got a single moving average, I've got 2 types of Bollinger Bands, and I make the use of the Fibonacci ratios, and I use a stochastic. Very, very simple charts. Just going to shrink this down. You can have a look on the weekly charts. You can see I have almost nothing on this weekly chart. I have a few lines drawn in here, I have a moving average, and then I have the weekly candles. And that's all I need to determine the weekly direction. Let's go back to the hourly chart. So what I look for is an area of high probability where I'd like to enter the trade and to go in the direction of the weekly chart. Now, let's say the weekly chart is saying I should be trading short. Let's just get this up to speed here. It was just a little off kilter. Let's say the weekly chart says I want to be trading short. What I then look for on the hourly chart is for a retracement. In other words, I'm looking for the price or the market direction to go up and not down. Remember, I'm going to be trading down in this example, so I'm waiting for the price to go up to a certain area of probability and then reverse to continue in the direction of the trend. Now, this is just one trading system. You can see, in a sense, I'm picking the tops and the bottoms on the hourly chart, but I'm also going in the direction of the weekly chart. So really what I'm looking for is a medium-term trade or a medium-term direction rather than day trading. I don't use 5-minute charts or 1-minute charts, or some people even use tick charts. Well, that's quite frankly exhausting, and you can't trade like that for more than a couple of months before you burn out. So I use hourly charts and weekly charts. So what I wait for is for the price to move upwards, assuming my direction for the week is downwards. I wait for the price to move upwards to certain areas of probability based on my G7 trading system. When the price reaches those areas of probability, I'm looking for certain things to be in place in the stochastics, in the moving averages and Bollinger Bands and various other things, including the Fibonacci. There are 5 or 6 very clear entry rules that I use, so that there's very little discretion involved. But there is something I need before I can enter a trade, and that's a trigger. That's a price action trigger. And what I do is I use the shape of the candles to give me an entry trigger. Let me go this way a little bit and give you some examples, if I can find one. All right, here's a good example. Let me just zoom in on that. In this particular example, let us imagine that I was waiting for a bottom on the price, a low, in order to trade with the weekly direction, which was long. And when we reached this area here, you can see what happened was I got this bullish engulfing candle on the hourly chart. Some would call that an outside candle, but I'm referring to it for this example as a bullish engulfing candle, which is a reversal candle. I then enter the trade, I put my stop loss below that candle, and I aim for a particular target, which in this case is this moving average, which you can just see coming down. And that would be my target for the trade, and that gives me, well, that's at 44 to 46.50. In fact, that's that's a 250 pip move, so that would have been a good one. So let's just go back to where we are. I'm not going to try and teach you my trading system. I know this video will be going to owners of the G7 system and members of the club, and they'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks is a series of videos for the G7 club members, so that they can get more information on exactly how we use the G7 system on a practical day-to-day basis. Now, this trading system to me is it's a good one. It's a disciplined trading system. I know exactly which direction I'm going to be trading in. I know that my stop loss should always be roughly half of the profit target that I'm aiming for. I know what my risk parameters are. I know what my overall profit targets are, and so forth. Note that I only trade 3 currencies. I've got the euro, the British pound, and the dollar yen. I don't trade 10 or 12 different currencies like many people do. If you do that, you're actually really fooling yourself, because what you're doing is you're applying, assuming that you're in a number of them at the same time, you're just increasing the leverage on your trading account. So if you were leveraged at 5 to 1 on each currency, and you had 5 currencies going, in fact your total leverage is 25 to 1. There is a benefit, of course, which is to spread your risk through non-correlation of different currencies, but that's not for now to talk about. So we talked about trading systems, and I said I'd show you on my screen. Well, this is what I've got: 3 hourly charts, 3 weekly charts from where I get my direction, the hourly charts from where I get my entry. It's a very simple system, but it's based on the sound principles of what I call PAPA, P-A-P-A, which means probability and price action. So I look for areas of high probability where the price is likely to react, and then I watch the price action and enter the trade thereafter. Well, you can use a variety of different trading systems. This one right here is a medium-term trend-following system, but you might use shorter-term trend-following systems or momentum-based systems using moving averages. I know of one system that's particularly effective using moving averages. You might be a top picker or a bottom fisher, as they call them. In other words, you're trying to pick turning points on the chart based on longer term trends and so on and so forth. But ultimately, you have to find a good trading system for yourself. Now, that is a pretty difficult thing to do, because there are probably thousands of people out there selling trading systems on the internet. There are also thousands of people selling signal services and thousands of people offering managed funds. Well, to be quite honest, 99% of them are bogus and fake, and they won't teach you anything apart from how to lose your money quickly. So finding a good trading system is not easy, but remember, it's the 3rd highest priority on the list. First of all, money management. Second of all, the psychology of trading. And third of all, you need to have a good trading system. Well, I can only recommend the G7 system if you're interested in a good system. The purpose of this video is not to try and sell the system at all. You can try it out and get a full money back guarantee if you'd like to. The URL for the page where you can sign up with the club and buy the book is at the bottom of the screen, but I'm not trying to sell it to you. All I'm trying to say is you can use any trading system you want, but find something good that you know that works and that's been proven over time. Well, take care and good trading to you.